Knock it off.
Nice time.
Great. Thank you for helping. Appreciate that. We're all doing good? Everybody's good? Anybody, is it too warm in here? Too cold? It's comfy? A little warm? Is the door person back there open the door?
It's open right now.
You open it faster?
Okay.
Can we open that door? Can we open that door over there? Get a little breeze in here. Some people are complaining of the heat. Good. Anybody, anyone fucking anybody's mothers? Anyone fucking anybody's mothers? I missed that part of the show. I heard it there. I'm doing fine. By applause. By applause. Who here every day, and I mean every single day, is getting older? All right. Some of you did not applaud. We all should have been on the same page with that. Maybe your hearing aids are on the fritz. Or maybe you're Benjamin Button. I don't know. I don't know what the hell's going on. I'm getting older and I don't like it. I'm doing a lot of weird things. For starters, I just used the term on the fritz. But I just, all kinds of weird stuff. Like, I started eating oatmeal for heart health. Turns out I like the taste. And then I'll go to put it in the microwave. Does this happen to anybody else? Has anyone else actually done this? You go to the microwave, you put some food in there, and you look at that little keypad, and for a split second, you're trying to remember your ATM PIN number? What the hell is that? As soon as that happened, I called my mother, and on my landline, I called my mother. I called my mother and told her about it. She said, wait till you get to be my age. You'll be opening the door looking for the cash. God, the other day a pharmaceutical commercial came on TV. I watched it. Because I had to call my doctor and on my landline and asked him if Viagra might be right for me. Turns out it wasn't. Ladies. I think I can confess this. Bring it in. I recently got to that age where, this is embarrassing, the idea of getting a fountain was appealing. And I don't mean as a status symbol, I mean for the sound. Like, I'll just be sitting in my patio, drinking alone, having a nice Merlot with a Fiber One bar. And I'll be, swiping Tinder profiles going, I bet her mom is hot. And I'll think to myself, it would make this just perfect. A little marble dwarf taking a leak into a bird bath. It's exactly what I mean to make this even more pathetic. Can't have an infinity pool, have an infinity pee. Then at least there would be something at my home that has a steady stream. Anyone else? I mean, things that happen. Like, there was a time I used to listen to Peter Gabriel because I felt like he was talking to me personally. Now I listen to Charlie Rose because I feel like he's talking to me personally. Anybody else get to this age? Has this happened? Did you wake up one day and look at yourself and go, when did my coworkers stop inviting me to happy hour? I'll go you one better. I'm at an age where I'm okay with it. Seriously, I see my coworkers going off to happy hour and I'm like, oh, go ahead, ladies, just have fun. I can't remember half your names anymore. I bet your moms are hot. Anybody old enough to remember when college was merely expensive? Anybody old enough to remember when wars actually ended? Remember the good old days when we had that shitty Vietnam War actually came to an end? Anybody old enough to remember when safe sex meant doing it before somebody's parents came home? Anybody think that the last time you had sex will turn out to be the last time you had sex? Too late. I'm over 40, and I did something that I think any normal man over 40 would do. That's right, I took up boxing. And I took up boxing over 40 for one very simple reason. I can't afford a Corvette. So I know a guy who used to be a professional boxer, and I said to him, hey, do you train people? Because I'd like to learn how to box and get in shape and defend myself. And he says, yeah, and it's fun to hit things. I'm learning a lot from the guy too. I'm learning the cross and the slip and the no mas. Taught that one myself. My trainer says he's never seen anybody who's such a natural at giving up. He said, you know, you keep this up, women are going to want you for your body and not for your good looks. I said, aha, step ahead of you. Women already don't want me. This is a typical day when I go boxing, okay? I belong to a gym in Hollywood, and we meet Saturday mornings at 10 o'clock and for the warm-up. I get there about 9:40 because I'm in my 40s, and I have to go into the parking lot and jog and stretch a little bit, because when you're in your 40s, before you warm up, you have to warm up. And then I go in and I go in the gym, and I got a little barcode on the keychain. You know, you want a gym, you have to swipe the barcode and you ding, and I say hi to the girl behind the counter. And, hi. I bet your mom is hot. And then I go upstairs to the boxing gym and I put on my boxing shoes. I got these really cool looking boxing shoes. They lace halfway up the calf, and I got them because they look cool on me, and because I'm over 40 and I need the ankle support, and because I can't afford a Corvette. And then my trainer shows up and we start working out. And the first day he comes in and there's a whole bunch of the heavy bags against the wall. You know, those big heavy things hanging. And he says, pick a bag. Which bag do you want to hit? And instinctively I said, my dad's second wife. It's not what he meant. It's not what he meant. So we did that, and then we also did the speed bag, the one that hangs, that goes back and forth with that. This is the one that fighters in the movies hit really fast in the montage sequence, right before the big fight. I hit it like a cat in a YouTube video. I'm not good. I mean, I'm getting better. I could totally beat up a small child, but I'm not that good. Like he'll have me do things where I don't hurt myself, like shadow boxing. Shadow boxing is where you punch the air. So he's got a rationale for it. I don't question him. He's a fighter. And the first time I did this, I hyperextended my elbow. And when I reacted from the pain, I spun around and hit my head on a pole. Ladies and gentlemen, I stand before you, a grown man with a college degree, a job, and a mortgage, who once picked a fight with nothing and got his ass handed to him. And he sees me do this, he's getting mad at me. He's like, it's like you forgot everything I taught you. It's like, how can I remember stuff when you're hitting me? I'm the guy who tries to put his ATM PIN number into his microwave. He said, do you have any questions? I said, yeah, we're gonna go get a deal on a used Corvette. Who am I kidding? I can't afford a Corvette. Okay. Somebody's pants are ringing. You got the disco pants, do you? The latest thing on Amazon? That's nice. A value-added service for you guys tonight. Can we get some mood lighting in here, please? Oh, they went into the bathroom. It's one of those calls. $10 a Coke dealer shows up before the show's over. I cannot afford a Corvette. I cannot afford a Corvette for a very simple reason. I have a job. There are not many jobs where you can afford a Corvette. Jobs suck. Jobs suck. They pay you to do shit you don't want to do. Why do you think they pay you? Because they suck. That's why they have to bribe people to do them. Do you ever see the movie Titanic?
Yeah.
You remember when the ship's going down and the four musicians go on stage up top on the deck and they're playing, the nice music as the ship's going down? Yeah. That's a metaphor for every job. A job is something to do while you're waiting to die. You enjoying the show so far? And not only that, there's a lot of weird jobs. We do a lot of weird crap for money. There's a lot of strange jobs. I think psychologist is a strange job. A psychologist, think about this, is a person who you pay once a week to tell you on a regular basis what's wrong with you. I'm sorry, if I want someone to tell me on a regular basis what's wrong with me, I'll just get a girlfriend. Don't need it. Don't need it at all. Oh, hey, did you hear they cured cancer?
No.
Of course not. Cancer is the one job that they're never going to cure cancer. We're so used to them not curing cancer, they haven't cured a Christmas ham. Which is weird because all you need is a blowtorch. We've gotten so used to it that we're accustomed to them failing at it. Cancer researchers got to be the only job where you can fail your entire career and never get fired. How was work today, Dave? I failed. Awesome. You've been failing pretty well lately, Dave. I'm going to give you a raise. The first guy who does find a cure for cancer is going to be responsible for putting a lot of people out of work. Nice work, Barry. Maybe now you can find jobs for the 90,000 people you just put out of work. And those 90,000 people are going to be unemployed and they're going to have stress, and stress causes cancer. But not to worry, because there's going to be a cure for cancer. Except they won't be able to afford it because they won't have the insurance because they lost their job because they failed to find a cure for the thing that there's now a cure for. I should have brought flashcards for that last one. Kind of bounced around a lot, didn't I? It's become, banks are like too big to fail. Cancer's too big to cure. Cancer, by 2020, there will be $173 billion a year spent on cancer. And only $18 billion a year spent on porn. Which is proof once again that it's cheaper to fuck people than to fuck people over. America, cheers. A lot of jobs involve people telling other people what to do. A lot of jobs involve other people's jobs. Like film director. A film director's job is to tell everybody else how to do their job. And in the case of actors, they tell them over and over and over. Cut! Terrific! That was great. Let's do it again. Why? You might do something better. What specifically are you looking for? I don't know. How many times are we going to do this? I don't know. How'd you get this job? I don't know. Then there are critics. Critics' jobs are to tell us how other people did their jobs. I really liked this film. I think the director told other people how many times to do their jobs just the right number of times. And then there are job counselors. A job counselor's job is to tell other people what job they think they ought to get. What I'd like to know is, has there ever been a job counselor in history who told somebody that they ought to be a job counselor? I think you should be a job counselor. Great, thanks. I'll take your job. And now that you're unemployed, it's my job to find you a job. And since you're so bad at keeping your job, I've got the perfect job for you. Cancer researcher. And then there's somebody whose job it is to make crunchy peanut butter. Now this is bullshit and a half. Listen to this. Crunchy peanut, now what's peanut butter? It's ground up peanuts. That's it. A chimp could do it, right? I'm telling you right now, I will bet you anything. Crunchy peanut butter was invented when some drunk idiot showed up, hungover, half-assed his job that day, and left. We should not reward this. I'm telling you, this is exactly how it happened. I'll bet you anything this is how it happened. Some drunk idiot, let's pick a name, Larry, just call him Larry. Larry shows up, hungover, and he's like grinding peanuts, and he's like, oh, fuck this, I'm leaving. And then his boss, give him a name, Dave, okay, Dave was like, hey, Larry, get your ass back here. And Larry's like, no, fuck you. And then Dave is like, well, I gotta make a shipment today, so fuck it. He just seals them up and sends them off. And they go to retailers everywhere who sell them to their customers, and the customers come back to the retailers and say, hey, there's peanuts in my peanut butter. But we like it. We want more of this. So the retailer calls up Dave and says, hey, you sent a bunch of peanut butter that had peanuts in it. And Dave is like, what? How did that even happen? I have no idea. No, it's cool, Dave. Our customers like it. We want more of it. And Dave's like, oh, awesome. I'll get right on that. So Dave calls up Larry and says, hey, Larry, remember how I cussed you out last week? Well, all's forgiven. Get your ass back here. You're going to make some chunky style peanut butter from now on. And Dave was like, that's cool, dude. I'll be right there. And Larry's like, hey, but because it's easier to make than the regular peanut butter, you got to make twice as much as everybody else. And Dave was like, fuck you, Larry. I'm not doing that shit. That's fucking bullshit. You're making money off my product that I figured out. I should get some research and development money for that shit because I just made you a lot of money. And Dave would be like, fuck you, Larry. I run this peanut butter factory, not you. You want to sell your own chunky style peanut butter? You go down the street, open up your own peanut butter factory, but you're not going to do it because you're a pussy-whipped alcoholic. I'm just saying we shouldn't eat chunky peanut butter. It's my opinion. I'm entitled to my opinion. You're entitled to your opinion? Let's all get along, huh? We all have opinions. We're all Americans. Some of us can think. Well, we shall just get along with our differing opinions. I bring this up because not long ago, this happened to me. There's a woman I know, she's a Christian conservative, and I am not. And she found out I was a liberal, and she was appalled. She was appalled. She said, oh, I can't believe you're a liberal. And I said, wait a minute, let me get this straight. You think that a virgin gave birth to the savior of your religion, but you can't believe that I think we should be nicer to gay people? That's where the logic falls apart for you, does it? And then we got onto the subject of gay marriage, and that set her off. Gay marriage really sets off Christian conservatives. She was like, how am I supposed to explain that to my son? I'm like, you want me to do it? Come here, kid. Bring it in. So, gay marriage. I'll explain this. You know how you like ketchup on your French fries? And all your friends like ketchup on their French fries? But you've got that one weird friend, Herbert. And he likes mayonnaise on his French fries. Well, with grown men, some of them are the same way, except with cock. And kid. There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that. Okay? I mean, someday you yourself might go away to college, and you might be at a frat party and have one too many beers, and your uptight mom will be 1,000 miles away, and you'll think to yourself, fuck it. Tonight's the night I'm having mayonnaise on my fries. Think about a tall, strapping fraternity brother, Lance. It's your call, it's college, man. Oh, gay marriage. Now, gay marriage, here's gay marriage. Gay marriage is where you have mayonnaise on your fries, but it's at the same restaurant the rest of your life. That's gay marriage. I myself am a ketchup guy, and I believe in eating fries at a bunch of different restaurants. Nothing wrong with that. Just, don't go around bragging to everybody that you're going to a bunch of restaurants. You'll be fine, kid. You'll be fine. Oh, and wear gloves before you touch the fries. Can you tell I don't have children? I could not have children. I could not have children. I mean, I can have children, ladies. But I couldn't. I couldn't have children. If you gave me $10 million and said, Joe, make a kid, I'd be like, no. I can't do it. I can't. You gotta love them and play pretend with them and feed them and play pretend with them. Like when you tell them that you love them. This seems like a long way to go to have people visit me in the home. I don't want to do it. It's too long of a road for me. I'd be happy to babysit for any of you, though. Not like a full-on, not like, 5 hours. Don't go out for the whole night. That's not cool. I'm not going to do that. Children are not remotely that entertaining. I can babysit for 20 minutes. Maybe a half hour. Let me take that back. It depends on how much beer you have. If you've got a 6-pack, hour and a half. Even an hour and a half. Per kid. That's fair, right? And if your kids are shits, well, I'm sorry, then it's the hard stuff. You gotta charge extra for that. That's Bushmills all the way. We shouldn't make fun of children. That's not cool, making fun of kids. They're defenseless and stupid. And a lot of them are ugly too. Just funny looking little turds they don't. Some of them have snot right here and they won't get it out. Like, it's not an erector set, kid. Just get a goddamn Kleenex and excavate. It takes you 10 seconds. Don't you have any coordination? Don't you have any self-respect? What the fuck is wrong with you? You ever shake a child's hand? It's the most disgusting. What is wrong with children? Where's your hand been? Did you just pull your hand out of a ham in the refrigerator? It's disgusting. But we shouldn't make fun of children. Seriously. We shouldn't. The world must be a confusing and scary place to kids. Like, I know a guy who told me, he said, how am I going to explain ISIS to my kid? I'm like, you want me to do it? Okay, ISIS. You know how you like ketchup on your french fries? And your friends like ketchup on their fries? But your weird friend Herbert puts mayonnaise on his fries? Well, not in real life. Some people are dicks. That's it. Some people are dicks. That's really it. When you think about it, history is just a bunch of dicks. That's all history is, just a bunch of dicks. Another dick comes along and is like, I'm a bigger dick. King George III, you're a dick. That's it. History's a bunch of dicks. I recently wrote down a list of all the worst things ever. It's not exhaustive. It's open to interpretation. But I did that. I wrote down the list of all the worst things ever because I'm a comedian, and to me, that's fun. Ladies. And I wrote down a bunch of things like terrorism, but the very first thing I wrote down was rape. Rape is awful. Rape is a terrible, horrible crime. It's also a weird crime. Rape is a weird crime. Rape is a weird crime. I just put it to you this way right now. I'll put my money out there. You show me a rapist, and I'll show you a guy who clearly has never done a risk-reward, cost-benefit analysis of Class B felonies. Because to me, like, if I were to commit a felony, if I wake up on a Saturday morning with nothing to do, and I'm thinking to myself, oh, I think I'll take up a felony. Which one? Like, for me, obviously, it's bank robbery. Bank robbery. That's the felony to take up. You do this once, you're set for life, and the only victims are banks and insurance companies, who totally fucking deserve it. Whereas, if you commit a rape, all it's going to do is give the rapist the urge to do it again later. It's the Chinese food of crimes. I'll tell you something else. What's weird about rape is the way we punish it. Rape is the only crime where, if they catch somebody, they send them someplace to learn more about it. Prison is graduate school for rapists. And they are the lab rats. Yeah. I really could not rape. There's no way I could rape. I couldn't rape ladies. I couldn't rape. If you gave me $10 million and said, hey, go rape a guy, I couldn't do it. I don't know why I looked at you when I said that, sir. I'm sorry. I have a hard enough time performing when everything is right. I have trouble going when there's a guy next to me at the urinal. I don't know how somebody could do something like that. Oh, jeez. Just weird. Weird, man. Almost done, don't worry. More bad shit white people have done. By the way, white people are responsible for most of the worst shit in the world ever. The atomic bomb. Now let's talk a little bit about the atomic bomb. I do mean a little bit. The atomic bomb was not only invented by white people, but two different groups of white people in World War II, the Germans and the Americans, were trying to invent it at the same time. The worst killing machine in human history, and white people made a contest out of it. And luckily, the Americans won. And I say luckily because in World War II, we were the good guys. Obviously, we were the good guys. The Germans rounded up 6 million Jews in camps and killed them. Whereas we only rounded up 110,000 Japanese people. And we only lost a few of them. Not so bad. Global scale of things. Giant world superpowers at war, that ain't so bad. Then we dropped the atomic bomb in Hiroshima. We killed 100,000 people in an instant. We radiation poisoning to thousands more. We destroyed families. We pulverized neighborhoods. We ripped the soul out of a nation. It took Harry S. Truman a grand total of 2 days to say, you know what? We should do that again. That's how shitty white people are. In addition, consider this. Name one thing in the world where if you do it once, you're in the Guinness Book. Name one. Harry S. Truman had the record. He had the record. And what did he do? He did it again. Jeez, even Barry Bonds retired after he broke Hank Aaron's record. He didn't re-up for another year, and he wasn't even hurting anybody. Sex in the City. That's another awful thing white people have done. Sex. That's terrible. Just horrible. Made by white people, starring white people. The stars were made by white people. Just this endless string of Caucasian awfulness going on. And they made a movie out of it. And the movie was horrible. Critics hated it. Audiences hated it. It lost money. It cost people their jobs. It ripped the soul out of the movie industry. It took them a grand total of 2 years to say, you know what? We should do that again. And they made a sequel. And before I go, because I get shit for people because I bag on Sex and the City, let me just say this. That show was protested when it was on the air. People wrote letters to the editor. They wrote nasty. They hated it. They didn't like. They would write letters and say things like, it promotes promiscuity, and it talks openly about abortion and bisexuality and sodomy and cunnilingus and fellatio and HIV and crabs and chlamydia and foot fetishism and dirty talk. And it's on TV all the time. How the hell am I supposed to explain that to my kid? You want me to do it? You guys had a lot of fun. Thanks.